and today's video is gonna be a tutorial on how I get this signature hairstyle. I think it is pretty easy, but I have been getting so many questions, particularly on TikTok. If you don't follow me there, you should. That's where most of the action is these days. This has been my signature hairstyle for probably like at least 1.5 years now. I have been doing like different modifications of this style because, you guys, I have had to stop like crimping my own hair every day. I went through this phase for probably at least a year. Like, I am obsessed with crimped hairstyle. I've always loved crimping. I crimped my hair like all through high school, all through college, and all through the rest of my life. But if you excessively crimp, like at least once a week, that's what I was doing, you will destroy your hair. I'll just tell you guys like the full steps, everything I use in case, I don't know, in case you wanna like exactly do this. Now, my hair does have a little bit of natural wave to it, particularly since I cut it myself and it's a little bit shorter than it used to be. Like, that natural wave kind of is creeping back in. So step one is I like to straighten it. Now, I focus the straightening mostly on the ends so that I can have more volume on the top. Now, another tool that I love, and it's kind of like crimping, but it's not as unhealthy because you just move with this tool through your hair super fast and it can give you a lot of volume just at the root of the scalp. Now, we did a does this thing really work on this product, I don't even know how many years ago, and this is one of the products that I tried as a joke, but then it worked so well, I have used it off and on ever since. This is the Volume Petite. I accidentally got the petite version. I wish I would have gotten the full-size one, but you know, you live, you learn. As you guys can hopefully see, look at that, Lego my ego. Am I right? It looks kind of like a freakish waffle iron, but I just take this little bad boy and I just go bam, 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 like that. And sometimes I twist my hair and I go bam, 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 like that. And it just gives you more volume for everything that we're about to get into next. So the next thing that I love to do is spray the crap out of my hair with dry shampoo. Dry shampoo is usually the only styling stuff that I use in my hair. You would think I use heat protectant spray, but I have no logical reason why I don't. This stuff by Living Proof Perfect Hair Day, the best dry shampoo that I have tried in over a decade, and I try them all, okay? I play Pokemon with dry shampoo. Gotta catch them all, gotta try them all, gotta smell them all. This one literally smells like you are on a vacation. I need to move these eyelashes. Look at these. Don't these look great? I got these from AliExpress of all places. Once you spray, now I spray generously with the dry shampoo. The next step is to take one, oh, this still has my hair in it. Ugh. The next step is to take one of these like fine tooth combs and I just like work the dry shampoo through my hair. Oh, make it look so fabulous. That kind of like disperses the product, evenly works it through your hair. And normally I spray so much dry shampoo that it turns my hair a little bit white. So I just go ahead and brush the Sweeney Todd right out of it and bam. So the next thing that I do, because, and it's probably from pulling my hair up very tightly like this, I have like little bald patches. And so for that, of all things, I take an old, where are you, my darling? I take this old Urban Decay. This palette was amazing, but I take this old Urban Decay Wild West palette that I have, and I just take an eyeshadow shade similar to my human hair, and I just, you know, I'm not sure that that's a necessary step, but hey, just in case anybody else has also ripped their hair out of their scalp from over styling it, over dyeing it, whatever, eyeshadow. Now that we've gotten as much volume out of our own head of hair as we possibly can get, now it is time to take somebody else's hair that I buy off of Amazon and clip it into my own head. How many pieces of hair do I have in my head now. Let's take them out and we can count them together. I'm kind of trying to channel the popples. You guys know who the popples are? I kind of want, like, I don't know, like popple volume. That's what I'm going for. This is why I rip all my hair out, you guys. I'm just yanking. You guys are about to see how silly this looks without being pulled up. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? This is honestly one of the best pieces of fake hair I have ever bought in my life. It's supposed to be a bang piece, but I wear it backwards so that I can get maximum volume. So see, this is like the direction that I'm meant to be wearing. I'm meant to be wearing it like this, you know? Can you imagine? Because I kind of can, but I flip it around and put it like this so that I get these longer pieces in the front that I can then like build up, because the point is volume. So we have this guy. This lash is leaving. Goodbye. So long. Up next, I have these two little buddies. Goodbye. As I'm sure you guys just saw, most of my extensions I have crimped. That way I can still achieve a crimped look in my hair, but without damaging my whole head of hair. And I use these extensions pretty much every single day because I just feel sad when my hair isn't humongous. I crimp the bang piece, I crimp these two little things. Then the next piece I have is this one, which I think is a 3 clip. And there we go. Ta-da! Also crimped. And lastly, I've got this guy, which is another really big hair piece. So I'm sure you guys can see I like to have a mixture of black hair pieces and my natural hair pieces clipped in. I still am obsessed with the black and blonde hair, which has kind of been my signature look for so long. I can't even picture myself looking any other way. I feel like people like say all the time, like, you've got to change it up. You've got to do something different. But like, I love how that looks. When I look at myself, I just want to have like the black and blonde hair. However, that being said, I don't know if I will ever put black dye back in my hair just because it fades so fast. I just love for it to look like the blackest shade of black I can possibly get. And so the solution for that is honestly clip-in extensions. I have a bunch of black clip-in extensions. Some I leave straight, some I curl, some I crimp, yada yada, so that I can just clip in the black hair like every day, no matter what my hairstyle is. Then for the blonde hair extensions, most of these I buy on Amazon, honestly. And I made a video, I think like 2 years ago. I actually found a box hair dye. It's some avocado, Garnier avocado stuff, but it is spot on for my natural hair color. So anytime I need some new extensions, I just buy random, like I buy like, I think it's like number 613 or something, like bleach blonde hair extensions, and dye them with that box dye, and bam, they like match my hair perfectly. As you guys can see, tons of extensions go into creating this style. I don't really think you need that much. I'm just like a maximalist in every sense of the word. Sippy sippy. So once you have all the extensions clipped in, and I try and clip them in, let me see if I can like explain this in a way that makes sense. Like, since I know I'm gonna be styling these extensions by gathering them and positioning them like more on the top of my head, I don't like clip them flatly. I try and clip them like more gathered to the center, just so all the volume is kind of like up and like right here at the top of my head. Obviously, the most challenging hair piece to clip in and hide is the little bang piece. Now, I try and get one, I think that this one was like $40, like a little bit more expensive for a clip-in bang piece, but it does have like a larger, you guys, I have cooked it with the crimper. I actually like melted some of the scalp material. But yeah, I feel like this one like kind of has a more natural looking scalp appearance to it. It just definitely is kind of like a work of art to try and like clip it on your head back far enough so that you can use kind of the front of your hair to mostly cover up where all the extensions are clipped in from the front angle. And then what I do is I use, did you guys see that? These hair ties like exploded everywhere. I get these from the dollar store. They are the best, in my opinion, of these super thin, clear hair bands, because that is what I do. I just gather like a certain, like basically however much you want. Sometimes I gather a lot and make these two top ponytail things like a lot thicker. Sometimes, like how I was wearing it today, I have them like a little bit thinner on top and I leave more of the black and blonde accent pieces like kind of hanging down, framing my face. Once again, thinking not at all about how the back of my head looks. And then once I think I have the initial ponytail shape built out, I usually only take 2 of those elastics and wrap it around the top ponytail, because if you just kind of like wrap 2 around, you still are able to like pull some of your hair in either direction, like to position it differently on your head. You know, when you just like grab your ponytail and go like that so that it like pulls up higher, you know, whatever. If you just put 2 of those thin bands in at first, you can still kind of like manipulate the hair shape in case you need to like move it to conceal the bang piece more, etc., etc. And then once I have everything concealed and I have everything like fluffed and I have the amount of hair that I want gathered, I start wrapping many more of those little elastic bands around those 2 top ponytails. Because sometimes they do break rather easily, especially if you're like me and you're gonna be jumping and running for TikTok or something. Sometimes I'll have 1 or 2 of the bands that pop, and kind of like once I've spent all this time like doing my hair, I don't wanna be like mid TikTok and have one of my ponytails like explode. And you get 500 of them for $1. So I would rather just keep like wrapping them. Like probably I use anywhere from like 7 to 10 of the bands just to keep everything secure and in place. And we're about to use these clips, so that kind of like stresses the bands as well. So I would just rather have too many than not enough. Then once again, usually what I like to do is work on concealing this front bang piece a little bit more. For that, I usually go in with bobby pins and just kind of like press it down against my scalp and then put bobby pins in from the front and the back just to kind of like press it down as much as I can. Once again, some days this looks like a hot mess, and some days I feel like you guys cannot even tell that I have this extension piece in my hair. Then once I have everything pulled up and concealed, what I like to do is take these tiny little claw clips. Once again, I get a card of, I think a card of 2 of them you can get at the Dollar Tree for like $1.25, $1.25 tree. And what I do is just kind of like push these top ponytails forward, and I put the clip in like this. I hope you guys can see. It is hard for me to film the back of my head, but I just like push the ponytail up and forward. And kind of once you have this like wrapped around the ponytail you've made, it really is gonna give this like 1 inch of volume where it just basically like sticks up straight and is pushed forward. And that's another thing that I love about using various lengths of extensions. I don't think I mentioned that yet, but you know, the bang piece compared to the longer bits of extensions also really give you that like cascading layered look within the ponytails. And these are probably like some of my favorite sections, is when I just have this and then I've like pulled up these, like look at that, popples, big popple energy. See, like even if I just go like that, look at that. So you can kind of just create like a different look, a different silhouette, a different dimension by just getting different lengths of hair pieces. And honestly, shop around on Amazon. I feel like sometimes these listings that I buy, they come and go. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like link you guys to the exact things that I bought. I think that that's it. I think I've told you guys all my tips and tricks. And I feel like not only does this work for like creating this style, but also you can kind of use these techniques I've used, because pretty much any style I use, I use these same tools. Like when I do a sassy bun, I usually clip in all these extensions just so my bun looks huge. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today and for watching. If you're not already and you'd like to be, hit the button down below, subscribe, become a member of the Swamp family, and give an alligator its wings. I love you guys so much, and I'll be back again very, very soon. Bye!